Hello, and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic 2. Last episode we did pretty much all of the prologue, and we've just got to hit the galaxy map and we can continue on.
You can now plot a course to the Peragus mining station. Select Peragus by pressing left or right on the D-pad, and then press the A button to travel to Peragus. The sensors show the door to the storage compartment is being sliced. There is someone, or something, else alive on the Ebon Hawk.
Woken.
Hello, and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic 2. And as you can see, we're playing as a female Jedi. And like I said, we're the... I just want to confirm it. Yes, we are playing as the Jedi Sentinel. Now, I did,
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the kolto tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Peragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to... Could be a Jedi, but we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially KOTOR, are already Another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the kolto tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue. One of the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics. Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them and moved them down to maintenance, but we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning. There has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay! Everyone evacuate!
That's not good. Medical logs. Nope, never mind. Patient IF signs. Patient treatment. Well, we don't have any computer spikes at the moment. Okay, I also... We're going to be using lightsabers, obviously, once we can get them, and of course, you know, they have to have the, now, we can't get through this door just yet, so we'll go into...
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead?
Yes, actually, the laser torch will be very helpful.
Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things.
You look quite dead, lady.
Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the kolto tank about you. How do you feel?
I feel a little drained. How about you?
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Last thing I remembered, I was on a ship, and,
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt.
I'm no longer a member of the Order.
Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
Let's deal with it now. What is this place?
I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave.
Care to explain why you're in such a hurry?
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed.
There's got to be someone left alive around here.
You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions.
Patients in Med Bay were given a lethal dose. You don't happen to have any idea what happened, do you?
I do not know. Why did they spare you? Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious.
Yeah, you seem to know a lot about Jedi techniques, lady.
Perhaps we could discuss it at length later on. Now we have other concerns, among them finding our new enemy.
Oh, just scoot out around.
Of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Now that we have our first weapon,
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion. Emergency lockdown overridden.
and that is why we needed the vibroblade, huh? Modular plating. Really?
Emergency lockdown.
Now, I did not, I boosted our, intelligence instead of keeping the, now that we have a ranged weapon, that's going to be a lot better in our I'm not liking the damage we're taking. Sorry, just checking for loot.
This is the exit, but it is sealed. Strange. In my visions, it was open.
Okay, well, I'm glad to see that we're slowly healing.
Is this thing on? All right, all hands, especially you, KOTOR. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Peragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Peragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out. And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The three idiots were grouped so close to the charge, it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just KOTOR and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility is going to be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives. So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot.
Yeah, okay.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt KOTOR or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged, maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I have never really found a use for the stealth skill.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
Well, that'll be a useful skill. Generally speaking, they want you to save here, but I've never really had a problem, so... Except this time that I'm recording, right?
Ah, you hear it. It is faint, but it is there.
Feels strange, like sedatives are wearing off.
It is the Force, you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget.
But it doesn't feel like it did.
Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Yeah, but we're gonna finish this guy off first before we do that. Maybe. Now I've found more use out of the security feature skill. Now we are going to take our first level up though. I actually chose, I'm just gonna run past this thing because it really does not matter. It would probably have seen me anyway. Ta-da! Now in here, yes, we're going to switch the mining protocol to defend organics. Now we're going to leave it alone. Now that we've stripped it and all that. This one, however, we're going to scavenge and then detonate it with a non-lethal charge. This one we're going to override. I'm sure there are plenty of people who don't even know that this room even exists. It's kind of sort of a pointless room anyway, but now this one we're going to override. We're going to go ahead and override this one too. I don't think there's anything up that way, so... Oh. There's another one. Might as well override it. Alright guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and in the next one, we will see who's behind the magic door. And as always, may the Force be with you.